Hi everyone, this is Evelyn, I am the Stitching Cat, and welcome to my third Flosstube video. I can show you quite a bit of progress. This is not because I stitched so much, well I might have stitched a lot, but actually the time gap between this and the last video is bigger than you see on YouTube. Because I originally recorded it for another channel I have, and this is the other channel is German, and I noticed that a lot of my viewers got confused with the English videos, so I decided to make up a different channel just for the stitching part, because I also do some knitting and crocheting and stuff like that, and spinning, and yeah, so I leave this on my German channel, but I can, if some viewers here can speak German, I will link it below. But this channel I just want to dedicate to my cross stitch. So, and this is why I just uploaded the two videos before on my German channel, like a few weeks before. So I think I have now like a 2-month gap where I can show you my progress. So yeah. As you can see, there happened quite a lot. This is my focus project. The picture is Ointment and Moonbath, and the artist is Royo, and he's very famous for his fantasy art. You cannot buy this chart, so I just took a picture of it and uploaded it to Pixel Stitch and converted it to a chart. And I will cut it, so I will not do the whole picture. I finally decided now. I also spoke with my boyfriend, and yeah, we are on the same page there, so I will stop it around this area here. So yeah, because otherwise it will be very big and there's just so much background, and we both think that we like the main motif, two women there as a central part, so I will just leave it so that it will become a central motif. I cut the picture before on Photoshop just to check if it looks good before I actually stop stitching there. And yes, it does. I can show you maybe here in the video as well. And yeah, so I will stop there, and it will be big enough still. This is on 14 count Ada, so it is quite big. And I stitch with 2 strands of DMC, and I use 21 colors in the chart, so because there's a lot of gray, you don't need so many different colors, which is quite nice. And this is my first project, my first big project since I started cross stitch last year. And I really fell down the rabbit hole, I have to say. Yeah, but this is my progress so far. I'm quite happy with it. So it will not take me too long to finish it, I think. I am stitching around about 200 to 300 stitches per day. At least I try to. And on the weekends I can manage more. I can manage like 600, so well, at first I thought I could finish it in July, but I think this might be a little bit too soon. I don't know. There are still like I think 16,000 stitches to do, so, and at the moment I just calculated it, I'm between 2,000 and 3,000 stitches per week, depending on how my mood is and everything, and how tired my eyes are after the work. Because I usually stitch in the evenings a little bit, and when my eyes are too tired because I work on the screen, then I cannot manage so many stitches. So let me just think. So it's like 16,000, I said. So let's say more conservative, like 2,000 per week. Then these are still 8 weeks. Yeah, now it's end of May. I think July is maybe possible, but sometimes something gets in the way and then I stitch 1 week not at all on this picture here, so yeah, I would rather say I would probably finish this in August. I think I can manage that because I don't have so many projects, although I wanted to start quite a few more, but I will say I just brace myself a little bit now because I really want to finish this picture, so I focus myself on that, and when I have still additional stitching time or I really need a break and do something else, and I will stitch on another pattern. Yeah, but this is how far I got. I'm quite happy, as I said, and I think it looks very nice. I stitched cross country, but not extreme cross country, as you see. I just stitch smaller areas. I break it down like to smaller areas which seem reasonable to me. Like I cannot say like I always use areas like 300 by 300 stitches. No, I just break it down how the picture looks and say, okay, this area is quite similar, so I will fill up this one first, and then I go to the other side and I stitch. But I stitch how far my thread goes, because I don't like the hanging threads around when you're doing not the cross country thing. So yeah, okay. So, but I did stitch a little bit on other projects as well, so I will show them to you now. This is my mummy cat. The picture is by Anita Inverarity, and it is charted by Gecko Rouge. I got a kit, and I'm stitching this on black 18 count Ada, as you can see. So I switched the fabric because I think about half of the picture is black background, so I thought, okay, it is a little bit boring to stitch so many black stitches, so I thought I would just I just switch the fabric and yeah, stitch it on black. Black is a little bit more difficult because yeah, you cannot see the holes very well and everything, and especially in the evenings I need a good light source, I noticed, but it is manageable for me, so I can do it, and I think I'm quite happy with it because this way you can really see already the motif and the cute cat. It's yeah, I like it very much. It's not a big one. I think the whole thing. I got the pattern keeper file now. I think the whole thing, I have to open the app quickly, is like 33,000 or something stitches. Let me check quickly. And so yeah, I was right. 33. And the interesting part is I set in Pattern Keeper already all the black stitches as stitched, so I can maybe show you quickly. So this is what it looks in the app, and so you can see that so I can see which one I still have to stitch, which is on the black background. So this is very nice. And since I set the black ones already as stitched, and although I didn't really stitch them, I'm already at 60%, which is nice, and I still have to stitch like 13,000 stitches. So speed is a little bit slower because I'm on the Q-snap than with my other project. With the Ointment and Moonbath, there I use the sewing method, so I'm like I'm stitching very quickly. But for this I need a little bit longer, because when I use the Q-snap, you can see, I try to get it a little bit closer. I think it is better because then I can see the holes a little bit better than when I use the sewing method. You see, I hope you can see it quite nicely. Yeah, so I don't know. Stitch definition is quite okay, I think. It could be better because it is black and I don't always see the stitches very well, so sometimes it's not perfect, but it is okay. It is my first project I stitch on black, so I think it is quite okay for me. But I noticed that I like it when the stitches look very nice, because I have also a secret project which I don't show you. I will show it to you when it's finished. And there I really paid attention to the stitch definition, and then I noticed that it really looks nice. So yeah. But on the other hand, when it's on the wall, I don't know if you really look that much on the stitch definition anymore. I don't know. We'll see. But I like this cute guy. It's very sweet. And I can see myself stitch more patterns from Anita and Inverarity, because they are really nice looking and they are small. They're not so big. And you can finish them in an adequate time, I think. Yeah. So, this is my mummy cat. Because I had a gap now of two months, I also stitched a lot on it. So, yeah, I've got quite some progress on it. Although I didn't stitch that much on it. So, I move on to the next one. Yeah. So, well, you can see that this isn't optimal, maybe. Because I started also another Gecko Rouge pattern by Lynette Shelley. It's the Octopus. And yeah, I started this on a 25 count even weave. Yeah, I did a mistake. So I started in this corner. Okay. But the problem is that the picture is like this. But I started the pattern this way. So I don't have enough space for the picture. Luckily I noticed it now, because I think I would have really been angry with myself if I noticed it like when I got downwards, when I stitched already like 100 hours on this thing. And so I'm lucky, I guess. I noticed it, and then I tried to save it somehow, and I thought, oh no, I have to start anew. Yeah, I will start anew. I will not rip it out, because I tried, but on 25 count even weave, I cannot manage to rip out or frog out the threads. It's just too small. So what I will do is I will let in the cat, because he wants to get in. And come, Patsy. So my cat wants to get in, and so I thought, okay, maybe I can save it, because you know it's a shame for the fabric. I want to use the fabric, and yes, cat, and yes, he wants to use the fabric too, and well. So I thought I would just use my sewing machine. I just measured it out. So I took a thread, and I just looked how big the picture will be. So I thought, okay, maybe I can save it still. Here the margin is a little bit small. I used here a little bit more margin. I think it goes like to this part. And so I think it will be okay. So I just cut off the rim of the fabric, and I just added it with a sewing machine, so it's outside of the picture, so it will not be a problem. But I can still use the fabric, I can still use it in a Q-snap or something, or I can still frame it with the same fabric. I just tricked it, did a little trick with it. So as I started only in the corner, it's fine, so I can still just leave this, and this will be outside in the frame then, and I think it will not be a problem. So yeah. I tried to save the fabric a little bit. And I read, and I was seeing on YouTube as well that other people were doing something like that as well, that when you have not enough fabric, then you can put something at the rim, and just for framing and everything. So I think it should be fine this way. So, but I was really angry with myself, and yeah. Oh, cat, what do you do? I closed the door to the living room because my boyfriend is still sleeping, and it's in the morning. and now he wants like to get in and get out. Come on here. No, what do you want outside? Come here. Huh? Yes. But I think he wants to get outside, so I will let him. But it is possible that he wants to get in a minute again. We'll see about that. Okay. Yes, so my octopus I will start anew, but I decided to wait a little bit for that because I really want to focus now on my ointment and Moonbath. So, and as long as I have the mojo for that at the moment, I will use that for this project. So this can wait. This is not on my focus. This will not be my focus project anyway for a while. So I will just only work on it when I want to do something else, you know. Just yeah, to get some change in between. So this is nice. And as I said, the cat wants in again. But I will switch now to the next project and then I will let him in again. So, and now comes the thing I'm really proud of. This is my finish. This is my Sakura bridge. It was a Riolis kit, and I must say I'm really happy how this turned out. And I still have to FFO it. So it is not ironed and washed, and I will still have to frame it. But as we are still in lockdown, or I think now it's, oh, we are in lockdown since November last year, but I think it will be over soon, so I can maybe get a frame because I want to go to a store. I don't want to order it online. So yeah, I want to take it with me and just see which frame might fit to it, I think. Well, but it is done. I'm quite happy because it was my first time I did backstitch and I did beading on my cross stitch. So, and I think this is a really good kit to practice it and do it for the first time, because there is not much backstitch, just a little bit, so it's quite easy to do and you are finished with it very quickly. And the beads are just one color. So just the white beads you have to add to this picture. So this is very, very nice and very easy. And this is also the first time I did mix a different color, blended. I used blended colors for threads. So I didn't use that before, but the pattern called for it. And there was also a lot of half stitches for the background. So this is how you get this little bit like watercolor effect for the background. I think there was a lot of blending, and so it also gets to thinner threads. So in the middle you sometimes use 3 strands, then you use 2, and then at the outer edge you even only use 1 strand with thread, and you can still see the fabric through. It was stitched on 14 count Aida. So it is very nice to, it's a very nice effect, I think, and I would like to use it in some other patterns as well, which I might create of my own, because I still want to stitch some pictures which you cannot buy as charts. Yeah, I really like how this turned out, and there are 2 other companion pieces and I could see myself stitch them as well, but I think in the next years, because it is nice to stitch it in spring when actually the cherry blossoms are blooming, so I could see myself stitching it in the next spring, maybe the next one with a pagoda on it. And at the last, I don't know, the 3rd piece is with the Fuji, the volcano in the background. It's quite big actually, it's bigger than this one, so I don't know if I will do that for sure, but that one with the pagoda, because it has the same size as this one, I think it would be very nice, and it's quite small, so I can easily use a frame that has like 20 to 30 centimeters or something, maybe even smaller. I have to measure it. Didn't do it before, so yeah. But I want to show it closer a little bit too. So I will take now the camera. Yeah, so I just want to show you it a little bit up close from the side, where you can really see all the beads, which is very nice, I think. It's a very nice look. And yeah, so here you can also see the half stitches, the thinner ones, and a little bit of the back stitch, so it's really nice. I stitched this one in hand, so it might be not perfect as well from the stitch definition, but I think I really like this one, so yeah, it's really nice. Really nice picture. I did some mistakes, I will admit that, but I think it looks good still. Yeah, so this is my finished object, and I will show it to you again when I have this one ironed and washed and framed. And yeah, then we will see how it will look. But I really love to see this in a frame. So I think these are now all the projects which you knew, which I told you about before. So I will go now to one I started just last week, and which you haven't seen before. Yeah, so this is a new start which you haven't seen before, and this will, as you can guess from I think how it looks like, this will become a Chatelaine. And I was watching Lia Revenga and I saw how beautiful they will look when you continue with it. First I thought like, well, it's okay, it's nice, but I don't know. But then I saw close-up pictures with all the beads and all the specialty threads and like the glitter threads and everything, and I really liked it. So, and I like peacocks. So as you can guess, I started the sparkling peacock and the sparkling peacock mandala, because it also seems not too big, so I think it is still quite a manageable size compared to other Chatelaines. And so this is not so overwhelming as other ones, which I would also like to stitch, because they have a lot of oriental looking Chatelaines, which I really like. Because I really love oriental style as well. So I started with this one and I stitched this on 32 count linen. I got the fabric from Casa Cenina. I try to link it below if I find it again, because I forgot how it was called. It is like a very light green shade, which I think is, I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but in real life it is a light green shade. And I really liked it with the threads. I converted most of it to DMC, because it is very expensive if you do it with all the original specialty threads, and so I use the conversion that Martina gives you, except for one Karen Water Lily where there was no conversion available. There I will use this one, but the rest are completely converted to DMC. And the other thing I use is a Petit Treasure braid. So there I use the original as well. So, and I was so curious to stitch with a metallic thread, so I did also my first stitches already, as you can see here, with a Petit Treasure braid. And I think it works quite well. So because I was hearing all the horror stories of stitching with metallic thread and everything, but so far I have to say it went very well. I cut it shorter than I would the DMC, and it worked quite well actually, so I like this one. But I heard also that the Petit Treasure braid is stitched easier than the others like Kreinik and stuff, or DMC. So yeah, maybe I started with the nicest metallic threads. I don't know actually. We will see, because I wanted to start some Mirabilias as well, but they still haven't arrived after 2 months after I ordered them. So yeah, I have to wait a little bit longer. Apparently it takes longer from stuff from the US to get here, but okay, it is how it is. And yeah, so I will see how the Kreinik is working compared to the Petit Treasure braid. But yeah, this is my start. And what I'm still thinking about is the beading, because already in the central motif there is a lot of beading, but I don't want to do it in the beginning, because I'm afraid that I cannot use the Q-snap anymore, because it will crush maybe the stitches in the fabric if they are here in the rim, so it is clamps. So yeah, I'm not sure how to do it, but if you do it in the end, I think it's quite a lot of beading, and I don't know if I want to do this. So I'm quite undecided about it. I heard that you can put also some felt under the clamps to protect the fabric. I haven't tried this yet. Do you know by any chance if this also protects the fabric from crushing of the beads? If I put some felt under the clamps? I'm not sure if this really works, because I can imagine it might still destroy the fabric. So yeah, I think I would just continue with the DMC. There's still a lot to do as I just started. I used the first 3 colors, so I didn't do much yet, but yeah, when it comes more to finishing the central part and to moving on to the outer part, I'm not sure if I will then start beading already or not. So yeah, maybe you can give me some advice on that. If you have experience with beads and stuff, so you can tell me. I would be happy for some advice on that. Yeah, so you can look forward to that one. It will be very nice, and I'm really looking forward to it, so it will be very, very nice to have it on my wall as well. So so many projects, but it is nice. It is nice also to have a little rotation, I have to say, where you can change, like, okay, now I'm not in the mood for this project anymore, so I will like do something more like that. And also because I do a lot of grey colors, it is nice to have some real colors in between. Yeah, so this is why I like to switch to this kind of projects in between as well. So, and it's not full coverage, which is also nice. Okay, and I kitted up one further project, which I will show you, but I just remembered I wanted to show you. I bobinate all my threads, but just for storage. But since I use the Gecko Rouge organizers, I like this one. I like this ones. I bought some paper things. It's, I think, by DMC. So where you can just easily pull out the thread which you use. So this is very nice. So I decided to use this more for projects, and because it is very nice to work with this kind of organizer. So I really like this one. And this has also a magnet on where you can put your needle on if you want. And yeah, so, and I will put on threads as I go when I use them. So yeah, these are the first few which I put on this organizer. So now I will move on to the next project, which I kitted up but did not yet start. So this is also a project I just kitted up last weekend, and this is 25 count even weave. I think it's easy count, yeah, or magic grid or something like that. Yeah. So as you can see, I marked already where the chart will go. This and this way, and it is a chart by Heaven and Earth Designs, which I will start. It is called Fallen Angel, and it is by Michael C. Hayes, and I really fell in love with this chart because it is so interesting. I bought the mini version of it, so I don't do the normal version, I just do the mini version because I think it's still quite good. And I want to have projects which I can actually finish in an adequate amount of time. And I will do it in half stitches, I decided, because I tried it already with the Octopus, and I will do the continental, what do you call it? Continental 10 stitch, I think was the name. And I really like the technique, and it's a little bit faster than full crosses, so I will be able to finish it, I think, and the coverage is good. I liked also the stitch definition when I stitched it like 2/1 on 25 counts, and also it is small, but it is not so small that I cannot see it anymore, so I think it's good. And I really love it. It has such nice colors. It is like a lot of blue, and I really love this motif. It's really, really nice looking, I have to say. So, and I really fell in love with that. So, and just to avoid starting at the wrong point or something, I marked myself the chart already, so I can see how big it will become. It is at the center. I did already also the margins. I sew around with the sewing method, with the sewing machine around it, and here are all the threads. There are quite a lot of threads. I think it's the largest number I used so far. I think it's like 86 or something. I don't know, but there are quite a lot, and I used this DMC organizers which I showed you before, and I braided them very loosely. So I just estimated how much I will use of a certain thread, and I put a certain amount of it on the organizer then, and I drew all the symbols on it. I didn't cut them or anything, I just drew them myself. And yeah, so these are the organizers. There are like 15 threads are fitting on them, but yeah, so these are all the things I will use, and yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The magnets are actually quite nice. When you do it in this way facing, then it's quite easy to pull them apart, so but they still like keep together, so I really like these organizers, I have to say. And look at these beautiful colors. It is so nice. I think it will be such a nice picture. I really look forward to it, how it will look like, and in the end it will be a beautiful picture. And yeah, I don't like the classical angel motifs, but this kind of fallen angel motif with the black wings and the shadow, I will show you a picture of the preview. It is so beautiful, so I would really love this picture on my wall. Yeah, so I will definitely start this one in the future, and I think I will not take too long for it. and I really am happy that you can use Pattern Keeper. It is such a nice app, and I'm happy I used it, and I'm using it now for every chart I can, and it is such a nice app, and it's making stitching so much easier because you don't miss any threads anymore on some because when I stitch the mummy cat, I noticed that it is very difficult sometimes when there's a lot of confetti to see every stitch, and I missed some, and then I had to go back, and it was really annoying. But this way it's quite nice. Well, when there is some fabric somewhere, my cat already goes on it. It's like a law. It has to be like that. Yeah. Yeah. But this will be a start soon as well. I don't know when exactly. I will start when I feel like it. And yeah, so yeah, we will see when I will do that. But I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, stitching. I love cross stitch. It is such a nice hobby. I'm glad I discovered it last year again. I did it as a child before, and when I was like, I think I must have been between 10 and 14 or something, where I did quite a lot of cross stitch as well. And now I rediscovered it, and it's really nice. So I'm quite happy about that. So this is what I wanted to show you, and I will see you in the next video. I will try to upload a video, I think, like every 2 or 3 weeks. Every week is a little bit too ambitious for me. I've got a lot of other things to do as well. So I will try every 2 weeks. I hope I will manage that, and yeah, please like and subscribe if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!